back to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou Podcast. I'm your host, Kathy. I'm an empowerment coach, a spiritual guide, and a mama after having infertility for 2 years. And my podcast is all about literally igniting your power. I give you the tools, I have guests that come on who really share about how to grow spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mental. So today is going to be more of the spiritual side, and we're going to dive into something magical, powerful, and divinely orchestrated, which I love, and this is what I'm all about, angel numbers. So today's episode is going to be detailed about angel numbers, what it means, why you're seeing it, even try tapping into seeing them if possible. But if you've ever seen repeating numbers like 111, 444, or 777 and felt like the universe was trying to tell you something, you were absolutely right. These are not coincidences. These are divine messages from higher source, your angels or guides. Why I feel like this is such a good topic is because all of us are divinely guided, and we are always divinely guided by higher source. Even if you're not listening or seeing them, this is one way or one avenue to tap into higher guidance and higher source. So, in today's episode, I'll be sharing what angel numbers are, why they matter, like I said, and the deeper meaning behind the most common sequences that you see or we see. So whether you're new to this or you've been seeing numbers everywhere, this episode is for you, and I'm so excited and passionate about this topic. And every time I record an episode, I really tap into my higher self to see what the collective wants to hear or what I feel passionate about sharing for the week. So this is actually my 102 episode, and I'm just so proud of myself for hitting 100 episodes, over 100 episodes now. And so I want to thank you guys also for being here. And it's almost going to be 2 years of my podcast, and it has literally grown exponentially in 2 years. And I can't even imagine it because I can't believe that I just started from nothing. I'm not going to go into detail, but you can listen to my 100th episode. But starting from where I was and imagining not even knowing what it would become now, 2 years later, so different and so amazing. And thank you again to all the listeners for listening. So let's get into it. All right, so first let's talk about what are angel numbers. Angel numbers are repeating sequences or patterns of numbers that appear consistently in your life. So you'll either see it on your clocks, the license plate when you're driving, on receipts. And the funny thing is, I saw angel numbers twice in one day last week on my receipts, and that rarely happens. But I always see, or what's common, angel numbers is on clocks and license plate. Even on Instagram, you will see sequential patterns of numbers, etc. And last but not least, even dreams, which this is actually the fewest or the least that I've ever had, is seeing it in dreams. But these are messages from the divine, like I said, so either from your angels, spirit guides, or your higher self, offering you guidance, reassurance, and sometimes a gentle nudge. And think of them as little breadcrumbs from the universe, signs that you're not alone, that you're being supported, and that you're on a path of growth. The reason they feel so personal is because they are. Spirit knows how to speak your language, and numbers are a universal one. And the funny thing is, I never started noticing angel numbers. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. I did not know what angel numbers were until now, 5 years ago. I started seeing sequential numbers like 1111 or 111 or 222, 444 on my telephone. And I kept seeing these numbers over and over again for like a couple months. And then finally one day, I was like, I Googled it. I was like, why do I keep seeing 1010 or 1111? And then That's how I got introduced to the world of angel numbers. And 5 years ago, I was actually going through infertility. And this was exactly why I needed to tap into a higher source in my spiritual side, because when you're going through infertility, you just want answers and you literally have no idea what's going to happen, if you're going to come up a parent or not, if you're going through infertility. And so it was one way for my guides and angels to help me and remind me of hope, that they are there supporting me, they are there guiding me, they're there loving me and pushing me in the right direction, even though I couldn't see it. And so looking back now, they were literally giving me breadcrumbs and reassurance. And this was one way that they were helping me see the signs, because all of us are spiritually guided, like I said, and we all have powers. So we are all very powerful beings. We just forget when we come to Earth for a human experience. So since we can't remember our powers, which most of us are in that state, angel numbers are there to help you tap into your higher power, higher source, which makes you feel better. It makes you keep going. It helps give you hope. And that's what it's there for. And every person needs guidance. I have not seen one person who has ever been like, oh, I don't need guidance. I'm just gonna live life and it's gonna be perfect, exactly the way it's meant to be. Maybe some people are just literally carefree and they literally can just not have control of their whole life and be okay with that. But most of us need guidance and need support. And that is very normal. And so having and noticing angel numbers is a great way to tap into that. So angel numbers are important to us. And you ask why, I kind of gave you guys an example earlier of how when I went through infertility, I really started noticing and tapping into my spiritual side more, even though I wasn't spiritual at that time. Now it's totally different after 5 years later. But angel numbers matter because they are tools for awakening as well. So when you start noticing these patterns, you're activating your awareness, your spiritual awareness, your consciousness. And it's the universe's way of saying, hey, you're tuning into your powers, you're tuning into higher source, you're ready for alignment and keep going. Like, isn't that such good messages that you want to hear? So seeing angel numbers is helping you confirm a decision that you have, maybe inspire courage for you, validate your feelings at a certain time, or even warn you when you're out of alignment. So it's really helping you tap into your thoughts, your gut, and just following your intuition, your soul being. And so the more you trust and act on these signs, the stronger your connection to your intuition becomes, and that's where your power truly ignites. And when you tap into your powers, this is where you can start manifesting. This is where you start trusting yourself. This is where you literally take your power back and start being that incredible manifester that we are all created to be. It's either you're using your energy for negative things, as in materialistic things or seeking materialistic things, or are you using your energy for manifesting, figuring out what truly makes you passionate and happy, like your life's purpose? And some of us get lost. Some of us need to find our way. And mine was through going through infertility and becoming a mom, which is a big piece. That's only one of, I truly believe, is my life purposes, but we can have multiple life purposes. And now my other life purpose is to bring awareness and knowledge of spirituality to people through angel numbers. So I actually do angel number card readings, but I call it clarity guidance readings. And it's certain decks that I use, and I have angel number oracle cards and numerology guidance cards, which is all about numbers. And I really feel like that's my calling. It's a part of my life purpose to empower people through using numerology and card reading, which is so powerful. And I just want the passion and your life purpose to come through for you so you can start empowering yourself to figure out what is your true passions, what is the true thing or true life purposes that you are here for. And most of us are really, really far and not aligned with what our mission is here on earth to do. So if you're watching right now, this message is literally telling you, sit down with yourself, start noticing angel numbers, or start noticing your awareness or your consciousness of how spiritual you are, or how divinely guided you are, or how spiritually you are connected. And 5 years ago, I was so disconnected with the spiritual side. I mean, I've always known that there was something higher, greater, but I never really understood what spirituality meant. And it can mean different things for everybody. And for me, spirituality was tapping into my powers. This is why I love empowering people, because we all have it within us to truly be the powerful manifester we're created. And when you use your powers, you can start feeling and living life and not feeling like you're living for other people, which is very exhausting. It's a different feeling and it's a different energy. And once you start practicing tapping into higher source and seeing angel numbers, man, it's good. It's going to be a good feeling. So it's little baby steps in the right direction. So if you're watching this, start noticing angel numbers. So let's get into the meanings of some of the most powerful and common angel numbers. Like I said, I saw 111 earlier on my phone a lot. So 111 is actually about alignment and manifestation. You are manifesting rapidly, so be mindful of your thoughts because the universe is listening. This is the number of fresh starts and divine alignment. Great time to set intentions. And the number one is always about new beginnings. So if you're seeing this, you know it's going to be a fresh start of something new. And so always set positive intentions when you can, or when you see this number, try to remind yourself, like, oh, okay, what is my angels telling me right now to do? And if you see this, it's going to be about alignment and manifestation, most likely. But remember, take it as a grain of salt as well, because usually these are all guidelines of what it means, but you don't have to take it to heart because the numbers you see, usually what it means can only be interpreted by yourself. So maybe you see 111 all the time and you don't feel aligned, or you don't feel like you're trying to be this manifester or whatnot, but a certain thought or that state of mind at that moment in time, what was it telling you? And maybe pause and just kind of reflect, and maybe you'll get the specific message that higher guide or higher source wants you to know. So the numbers that I'm telling you is just a guide for now, but only you will truly know what the number means when you see it, or whatever the message is at that time, right? And it's another way for you to stay present and be like, "Ooh, what is my thought right now?" Maybe it's like a negative thought and you see an angel number and you're like, your angels are like, dude, change that thought process to something more positive. You're manifesting bad energy right now. Okay. It could just be like that simple as well. So just be aware, pretty much. Okay, let's get to 222. 222 is about balance and partnerships. So trust the process, things are aligning, even if you can't see it yet. So it's great for relationships and building trust. Also, a reminder to create harmony in your environment. All right, let's do 333. Ascended masters are near. They're being surrounded by divine beings, angels, ancestors, ascended masters. They're guiding and helping you. It's also a call to express your truth and creativity. 444 is about protection and foundation. You are safe and surrounded by angels, so focus on building solid foundations in your home, business, and inner life. Your angels are saying, "We've got you." Number 555, change and transformation. So change is here, embrace it even if it feels chaotic. It's aligning you to something better. Let go of what no longer serves you. Your breakthrough is coming. 666, realignment and self-reflection. Despite the stigma, this number is not evil. It's a wake-up call to rebalance your thoughts and energy. Are you too focused on the material world? Shift back to your spiritual center. 777, divine guidance and miracles. This is a number about being on the right path. So keep going. Miracles and divine blessings are flowing. Trust in the magic of life. Something lucky is coming your way. 888, this is about abundance and karma. So this is a sign of financial and spiritual abundance. It's a cycle closing and opening, a karmic reward. You're stepping into a phase of prosperity. Number 9, 9 is usually about completion or ending, right? Like ending the life cycle. So 999 is about completion and closure. A chapter is ending. You're being called to release and let go. You've outgrown something, and the universe is asking you to trust the new beginning ahead. And last but not least, 000 is about source, energy, and infinite possibilities. You are one with the universe. This is divine reset energy. It's the perfect time to connect back to your spiritual path and remind yourself you are infinite. Okay, the main ones that I usually see is 1111 and 1212. So 1111 is the awakening portal. And 1111 is one of the most powerful and commonly reported angel numbers, often called the wake-up call or the portal of manifestation. When you see 1111, your angels are saying you are in alignment, the veil is thin, make a wish. It's a sign that your thoughts, beliefs, and energy are creating your reality faster than ever. So stay focused on what you do want, not what you fear. This number often shows up when you're going through a spiritual awakening, leveling up in consciousness, or being invited to remember your soul mission. So when you see it, ask yourself, what am I calling into my life? Am I aligned with my highest self? And make a wish at this time because that number is so powerful. All right, 1212. It's about ascension and trust in the unknown. So 1212 is a powerful message of elevation and trust. It symbolizes spiritual growth, soul expansion, and divine encouragement. When you see 1212, your guides are saying, keep going, trust the process. Your manifestations are closer than they appear. It also represents the merging of dual energies, divine feminine and masculine, intuition and action, faith and effort. So this number is a reminder to step into your power, take bold moves, and walk in faith even when the full picture isn't clear. It's often considered a light code that activates deeper wisdom within your DNA and soul blueprint. So I just mentioned a lot of the common angel numbers that we see. Usually, these are just messages and signs, and they each have their own meaning. And when you see it, you can always try Googling it at first to see what that means, or tapping into yourself to truly feel into what that message is from your guide's higher source or higher self. And also, when you do see the angel numbers, you can do these 4 things. So first is pause, take a moment and ask, what was I just thinking or feeling, like I just said earlier? You can also to write it down, keep a note or journal of the sequences you see so you can start seeing the patterns or the specific messages that your angels are trying to tell you. Number 3, thank your guides. Acknowledging builds the connection to higher source or to your angels and guides, which is what you want. They are always near you. They are always by you. They're always guiding you. And when you thank them, they will feel the energy and know that you want to see more of these messages, right? And number 4, act accordingly. Take aligned action based on the message. When you do this, you will get closer to your goal or destination or whatever you're doing because you're tapping into that energy and the divine guidance. And you're going to go in that right path, which is less resistance and more of the magic and the amazingness that you want. Also, you can ask your guides to send specific numbers for confirmation. The universe is always ready to play. All you have to do is tune in. And this is what today's episode is all about. It's all about starting to tune in to higher source, higher power, the higher energies, because we are all high vibrational beings. And remember, when we come to Earth, our soul beings are such powerful, energetic beings. Like we can't even we can't even process how big it is or how much energy we are. We literally take little pieces or maybe a little part of our soul here on Earth, because Earth is a very low vibrational place. And so we can't tap into all of our amazingness. This is why I say higher self, because we are a part of, just a little part of our higher energy, higher source energy. And that's who our true self is. It's up in, the higher source, higher realm that we can't see. And so this is why when you tap into your higher self, you're getting guidance from yourself, because only a little part of us is here on Earth. So I want you guys to start thinking about when you see angel numbers or when you started seeing angel numbers. And like I said, I started seeing angel numbers through my infertility days, and that actually helped start my spiritual journey into being more curious about my spirituality and about my own powers, which led me into Akashic reading, which helped me understand, like, whoa, as a kid, I was actually able to tap into the Akashic records. And that's amazing. And I forgot about that. And now I'm so fascinated and intrigued and so lit up when I get to talk about spirituality and all these things. And I want you guys to start lighting yourself up. And so when you light this part of you up, it's called the spiritual awakening, where you see things more openly. You're not so closed-minded. And I feel like right now, the earth is shifting where a lot of people are having spiritual awakenings, and it's such a beautiful thing. This means that people are going to be more compassionate, being more aware, being more kind to one another, instead of being so closed-minded, being on hate and fear for one another. We need to really tap into this consciousness of love. I truly believe that we are all pure love and light. And this is why I always say love and light, because God or higher source is always from a source of love. And love is that light energy. And so love and light go hand in hand. And when you start tapping into your spiritual side or your spirituality, you're tapping into that love and higher source and that light that we're all seeking, that we all are. We just forgot. And so this is just one avenue that you can tap into, that love and light, which is so beautiful. So let me know in the comments below when you started seeing angel numbers or having your spiritual awakening, or what are your favorite angel numbers that you see often? I would love to hear from you guys. And last but not least, if you're ready to receive your own personal messages from Spirit, book a card reading with me. This month is the perfect time to gain clarity, align with your power, and open yourself to miracles. I'll put the links in my show notes below, or you can DM me at Instagram at kathy.mou. And if this episode spoke to you, please share it with a soul sister or brother, or leave a review, because it helps so much to get this message to the right people. And all you're doing is helping the collective in a positive way to be more aware and conscious of this type of energy and this knowledge. So remember, you are divinely guided, you are supported, and you are powerful. And don't forget to go and live the BS life. I love you all. See you in my next episode. Bye.